back to my YouTube channel, a channel where I talk about career in tech and productivity. So in this video, we'll be talking about which job to choose between a corporate job or a startup job. Like many of the times on my Instagram, several DMs are like which job to choose, corporate or startup, which one is best for us and which one to go for. So I always get such kind of questions and I feel that this is a good point of discussion. I should make an entire video on it where I'll be explaining about all the parameters which you should consider while going for any of the one. Because it depends upon person to person, what exactly you want in your life, what exactly are your goals, how are your situations right now for the job change. Considering that kind of parameters, then you need to take the decision that you are a good fit for a corporate job or a startup job. So in this video, we will see different parameters to compare startup and corporate job. We will check parameters like career growth, responsibilities, work culture, stability and transparency, which will just give you a clear idea on which path to follow and which route to go in order to enhance your career. So who can get benefit from this video? The person who is just starting the career and is unaware of the work culture, responsibilities or the stability factor in any of them, in the corporate or startup. This video can benefit someone who is ready for the switch and don't know that either they should continue with their corporate or startup or they should make a change in their life or go with startup or corporate, vice versa. So watch this video till the end in order to take a perfect decision before landing your next corporate or startup job. So let's get started. And before that, if you are new to my channel, subscribe to my channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notifications of my latest videos. If you like my videos, hit the like button to mention all your queries, comments in my comment section, and let's get started. So first, let's understand the meaning of a startup job and a corporate job. Startup job is something, as the name says it all, a person who has started with his idea with few number of people in his organization. Startup gives a very fast-paced environment as where people are respected with their creativity and communication. Here, a person needs to take whole responsibility in order to deliver things, as a startup company hires very less number of people in comparison to the large organizations. On the other hand, a corporate job is something which is well structured, has many teams, is very potential, has got a good number of manpower. So basically a corporate company is something who has survived in the race and is rising and rising. So here the things and the environment is in a very structured and systematic format. For day-to-day operations, you need to follow a particular structure. Sometimes it is good, but sometimes some innovative process may take some time in order to follow the process and structure of the company. So now that you know what exactly is a startup job and what exactly is a corporate job, we are good to go and compare both of them. So the number one parameter to compare both of them is career growth. Career growth is a very important factor while making your decision on which kind of job to land. If you are someone who is looking for exponential growth in your career right now, then you should go for a startup job. I'll tell you why. Because in startup, you are just loaded with tons of responsibilities at a time. You need to do multitasking. But this is not true in the corporate job. In corporate job, the things are very smooth and structured. If you are someone who wants to work in a system, in a structured manner, then you can go for a corporate job, because there for different responsibilities, different people are hired. Take for example, there will be one person for front-end development of the website, second will be for the back-end development of the website, and they will be solely responsible for that particular task. But in startup, there might be a scenario according to the budget of that particular company. They hire only one full stack developer in order to get their work done, only one Android developer to get the app done. So you get tons of things to do and explore, which will, after when you leave that particular startup company, you will realize that how much you have upskilled yourself. Like I started my career with a startup company only, and I personally know that At that time I used to get frustrated sometimes, but it has pushed my career to an level. I'm very thankful for that particular experience. It totally depends upon what kind of growth right now you're looking for. Don't get into the trap of rat race and just only see this factor of comparison. See rest of the comparison as well, which suits you, because only the career growth is not the parameter to compare while switching your job or starting your career. Many other things comes into the picture. It is not that in corporate job you get a stagnant position or you do not get any growth. There is also growth. If you are a hardworking person, if you know what to do, when to do, then both of them is good for your growth. If you do not work in a startup company also, just going in startup company won't work. You need to work over there as well. So your potential matters a lot. So let's go and compare some other points. The second parameter to consider while taking your job is way of working or the work culture. So it is very important, while we may consider a factor career growth, and for now you must be thinking that I am going to work in a startup company only. I know that. But try to listen this point as well. In startup jobs, there is no working hours. There is no limit. There is no boundaries. Only the time limit is that your work needs to be done in that particular duration. Like I started my career with the startup job. There was no working hours. Trust me, I remember those days where I worked till 10, 11, but the company was good. They used to drop us safely to the home. But next day coming back at 10 a.m., someday working on Sundays, like too much goes on. You are in a roller coaster ride basically. So trust me, there was no work-life balance. There was only work in my life. And in the corporate segment, which I am right now, there is a very good work-life balance. Like here, we have a limited duration of time. Like I need to work for only 8 or 9 hours. We have fixed entry time, fixed exit time, and since we are working from home, then similar process goes on. On Saturdays and Sundays, we don't need to work. Here, I have a perfect life balance. Like apart from work, I can think about other things as well. Like I do YouTubing also. So that is possible because I am in the corporate job and I can balance out things here. But in startup, it was next to impossible to do some other activities also. So it totally depends upon you that what kind of life you want, because as I said, startup gives a exponential push to your career, but you will lose your work-life balance. So depending upon, like if you are someone who is just exiting from a startup job and looking for a change, then I think for a switch you can go for a corporate job and feel a bit light in your life and have a work-life balance. If you are someone who is just starting your career, then startup is a good option for you, as here you can learn a lot. So think about it on what exactly your situation permits you, what exactly your family wants, how you are going to take responsibilities, and how you are going to manage things around you, and then make a decision. So number 3rd on my list is stability. Now that you have seen career growth, you have seen work-life balance, but the most important thing, like everybody thinks of, is stability. Like if I go in that particular company, even if that company is in loss for that particular duration of time, what would be my survival advantage over there? So in this case, corporate job has a upper hand on it. I will tell you why. Because they are well-established company. Even if they get into the loss, they have the power to come back. So they do not fire employees, and such kind of activities is very lesson. Here you can have a relaxed life, that once you're into this job, then mostly you have a relaxed life until or unless you're working well and performing all your duties and responsibilities well in the corporate segment. Talking about startup jobs, if the company is into the loss, and if you are someone who is not taking your responsibilities and duties in a right manner or not performing well, then you will be definitely thrown out of the company if the company faces the loss. Because they don't need employees who are useless for them, and in the bad time where they are in loss, why they would feed you? So stability factor in startups is very low in fact, until or unless a startup grows. Like you can see Swiggy and Zomato, Nykaa, they have like how they have taken the market right now. But in the initial days of a startup, it is very difficult to commit and understand their stability. So if you are someone who's bounded or inclined towards startup and living this option because of the stability factor, then try considering and understanding and do your research that at what level that particular company is. Is it just initially starting, or is it in the middle phase, or is it in the good rising phase? Then you can consider that option. But in the initial phase, if you're not ready to take such kind of responsibilities, then skip that and go for some other job opportunities. So number 4th on my list of comparison is roles and responsibilities. It is very important to understand what kind of responsibilities you will get on both kind of jobs. In startup jobs, since the team size is very small, you need to play around multiple roles, as I have told you earlier as well, that someday you need to be a front-end developer, you need to be a back-end developer, or a business analyst as well. You need to perform duties of all 3 of them all together in order to get the job done. But in corporate, there are multiple people in order to incorporate those things. We have a front-end developer, we have a back-end developer, we have a business analyst. So when roles and responsibilities are higher, then your learning factor is also higher. You grow exponentially. So this is the graph, that roles and responsibility is directly proportional to your learning graph, is directly proportional to your career growth. So if you are someone who can work for 10 to 12 hours and give your energy into it and deliver things on time, then go for startup jobs. If you are someone that you're not flexible enough to work in such kind of environment and take up responsibilities, then I think you should not invest your time into the startup job, because it will just drain you out. Don't follow the rat race that your friend is saying that here will get a good learning experience and get into that trap. Rather, think about it that I am a right fit for it or not. Many of them get frustrated by the end of their job because they do not understand that what kind of job they want in their life. They want a good relaxed life, or they want a job which gives them an experience of a roller coaster ride where they can learn and explore the things. So understand and then take the decision, because we are moving towards our 5th and the last, by which you will understand that which one to pick up. So number 5th and the last parameter to consider is communication or transparency. This communication means how the company is transparent to you in terms of deliverable success and everything else which goes around in the company. So in corporate, since it's a large organization, there are several people involved in doing various kind of stuffs. The transparency factor is very low, as there is a huge hierarchy between a CEO and you. There are multiple people in between. So there is a very low transparency because of the hierarchical factor in corporate jobs. But in startup jobs, since the team size is very low or small, because of that, if you are someone as a fresher also, then you can also directly communicate with CEO of the company. It is that transparent. So if you are someone who is good with the ideas, creativity, problem solving things, then you must consider start the career option. But if you are someone who is not that good with the problem solving skills, because here tasks need to be done in corporate, there is less of problem solving things over here. So think about it and then make a decision. So we are on the last of this video. So what I would like is that do an exercise. Take a sheet of paper, write down the parameters which I have told you, and just divide the page into 2, that what exactly is fulfilling your demands. Write down in the first row startup and in the second corporate, and tick down. After listening to my points, tick down that okay, you want this, because some of the things you might have liked about corporate, some of the things you might have liked about startup, because both of them has their goods and bads. So what you want, decide on that basis. When you will write things with paper and pen, things will be in your mind and you will definitely come up with the answer. So do it and let me know if you have any kind of confusion or any other doubts you have which you want to clarify. Then my DMs are always open. You can just ping me. and also you can comment on the YouTube channel. So just to conclude this video and let you know what exactly is the takeaway from this video, I'll just summarize in my opinion. Okay, so this opinion can differ from person to person, it's just my opinion. You can go for startup if you are someone who is ready to work in a fast paced environment, who is ready to take responsibilities, who is ready to learn, explore and deliver things. But if you are someone who need a perfect work-life balance and stability in life, then you should go for corporate job. Like for example, I had a roller coaster ride experience in my first job. Because of that, I was very frustrated. I thought there is nothing left in my life. There is only work in my life, and I'm not doing anything, because someday it becomes very monotonous, no? That you're only working, and when you see people around you that they're enjoying their life, then that kind of things happen to me. So I thought that my second switch will be something into corporate, where the company is well established and there is no headache of when the company is facing some lows, there is no tension and worry that there is a chance that I can be kicked off of the work. So I chose that. So my things can change right now if I want to switch to startup. So there is always an option to change. Don't worry about it. Think that what exactly you can do right now. Consider your points. Like for me, I wanted some peace and balance in my life, so I took this step and I joined a corporate organization. Depending upon your needs, your factors, trust me, take the decision and feel free to contact me if you get into any query. So if you like my videos, hit the like button to mention all your queries, comments in the comment section. And if you are new to my channel, subscribe to my channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notifications of my latest videos. Thank you. See you in my next video.